Okay, continuing on with parabolas part 2, we found our vertex was 7, -2, which I plotted. We're about ready to find our x-intercept. We're going to plug 0 in for the y's right here. And when we do, we can easily see that that would just be -5. So I'll plot that point, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We know it is opening left, and it turns right here at the vertex. And my axis of symmetry will actually be going right through the center, but this time it'll be a horizontal line. So my axis of symmetry is y equals -2. It's that line going through the center. Now that's kicking it Algebra 2 style. We're going to try it again with vertex form. Again, our y squared term is, the y term is the one that's squared, so everything's a little bit backwards from what we did in part 1. So if we look at our equation, we're going to try to get it in this form. X equals y minus k squared plus h. So it's like my h is hanging on the end, my k is here in parentheses, and we're starting with an x. So it's backwards from what you're used to seeing. So we're going to complete the square like we have been. We'll put our y things together, and we're going to need to move this -5 over because it is not a y term. When I move a -5 over, it would have been +5. We'll squeeze that in there and draw a line. Now, in order to complete the square, this lead coefficient needs to be a 1, so I'll recopy this line, x plus 5. I will factor out a -3, and that becomes y squared, careful here, plus 4y. Because if I take -12 and divide a -3 in, I get +4. Draw my line. Now I'm all set. Half of 4 is 2. 2 squared is 4. But did I really add just 4? No, I actually added a -12 to that side. So if I put a -12 on that side, I'll need to put a -12 on this side. So I'll have x minus 7 equals -3. This factors into a y plus 2 squared. I would like to get it in this form. I know some books will allow you to keep it there. I like it to be x equals. So I'm going to add 7 to both sides. X equals -3, y plus 2 squared plus 7. So now I'm in the correct form. We just need to be careful when we're doing our vertex, because our vertex is the h, which is hanging on the end. That one we keep the same. And then the y value is the opposite of what's in parentheses, which would be -2. Plot it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2. Again, I know it's opening left because the a value is negative. I can easily find the x-intercept by plugging in a 0 for the y value. So 0 plus 2 is 2. 2 squared is 4. 4 times -3 is -12. -12 plus 7 is -5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it's opening left, so it comes in, turns around, and out. Last but not least, anytime you have a parabola, we have what is called an axis of symmetry. That is the line that you could fold the graph on, and it would land on top of each other. In this case, it is a horizontal line, so that is y equals -2. Again, you get the same answer, just 2 different ways to do it.